Hey, what's going on guys? My name is Silent Core and today I've got some highlights from an interview from Rockstar themselves that shares why the single player DLC expansion for GTA 5 was essentially cancelled, and also what this means for future single player expansions on other Rockstar games, so Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 6 eventually, and any other Rockstar titles they should bring out. So I've taken out some highlights from the interview with Rockstar's design director, and some of his answers are quite interesting. So the first question here, he was straight up asked if it was a conscious decision to decide not to do the single player DLC for GTA 5, because obviously Rockstar have done some pretty amazing single player DLCs in the past. You know, for GTA 4 we had 2 different story DLCs, and then we also had an expansion for Red Dead Redemption where we had Undead Nightmare. And his response was basically, it wasn't a conscious decision, it just kind of happened. We would love to do more single player add-ons for games in the future. As a company, we love single player more than anything and believe in it absolutely for storytelling and a sense of immersion in the world. Multiplayer games don't rival single player games. They said the next generation versions, so that was on PS4 and Xbox One versions, took a year of everyone's time to get right, and then the online component had a lot of potential but came close to realizing the potential also sucked up a lot of the resources. And then there was other games, in particular Red Dead Redemption 2. So it sounds like Red Dead Redemption 2 is getting the blame for, I guess, much of the time that was taken out of the single player DLC, and all those resources were put into making the Red Dead Redemption 2. And he said the combination of these 3 factors meant they did not feel a single player expansion was either possible or necessary, but we may well do them for future products. Now, as you guys can probably tell, this is quite a PR heavy answer. It doesn't really answer the question completely. I feel like it's also a little bit conflicting. You know, was it because it's not possible, or was it because it's not necessary? I feel like those are kind of 2 different things. Next up here, Rockstar were also asked about shark cards. So obviously the DLCs have all been free for GTA Online. However, they have been getting more and more expensive, requiring people to spend hundreds of hours or actually full out buy the shark card. And the response to this was that the GTA franchise has always had some sort of criticism throughout the whole series, so this kind of isn't any different. They also said, we decided to give our players access to all updates for free because it keeps our players together and allows them to make their own choices about what they want from each update in what order. Everyone has access to everyone and no one is forced to pay a lump sum for items they may not want or need. With both GTA 4 and Red Dead Redemption, we sold DLC, and unfortunately both times it fractured the audience and helped kill the games much faster than they deserved. These answers are quite long, by the way. I will include the original Game Informer article in the description if you want to read them in more detail, but I'll kind of keep this brief to the main points. In the next question, they also ask, how much longer will you continue to add expansions and updates to GTA Online, and will this happen alongside when Red Dead Redemption 2 releases next year? They said, we don't have a fixed point in mind, but the rollout of updates may change a little in order to encourage players to try Red Dead Redemption 2 when it launches. It'd be great to have players spend time between both different worlds, so GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, but we'll see as things evolve. There was also another similar interview done with IGN from the same Rockstar employee, so the design director, and I want to highlight this question, which was kind of interesting. So IGN asked him, despite its popularity, there's still a degree of cynicism towards GT Online from some, which seems associated with the move away from a single player DLC and leveraging of the shark card system. And the response was, we simply disagree. We're really happy with the game is structured, and he kind of goes on to defend shark cards, saying that access to free content is great for everybody, and reinforces that it does not kind of fracture the community over time. Now, although this is true to an extent, it does not fracture the community when you make all of the updates free. However, they kind of missed out their main point here, which was that just shark cards are a much more profitable way to develop games than to do a single player DLC. And it can obviously be seen by Rockstar's financial reports. You know, their recurring consumer spending is currently going up, and if they were to do a single player DLC, that would be only a one-time purchase from all the players, whereas shark cards, they can encourage people to make multiple purchases. Now, it's honestly quite interesting to consider why Rockstar did this interview. GTA 5 was released in 2013, and then in December 2013, that was when Rockstar announced they would be releasing substantial additions to GTA 5 that would continue the stories of the main characters Michael, Franklin and Trevor. So why did they wait 4 years after the release of GTA 5 to finally tell us that the single player DLC has been cancelled? According to a few of the leaks, it looked like a lot of the work and the development and the voice acting had already been done for the single player DLC, so why was it kind of cancelled, and why did they take 4 years to tell us it was cancelled? I think at this point most of us aren't even really mad at this announcement that's been cancelled. You know, we came to terms with this DLC not happening years ago since we got no information about it. And it's actually not really just Rockstar doing this in the industry at this stage. There was another game studio, EA, shut down one of their single player studios, I guess, to focus more on multiplayer content and microtransactions rather than single player games. So yeah, I've just seen a lot of people quite nervous about the future releases from Rockstar games, because in the past Rockstar have delivered absolutely amazing single player games. You know, some of my all-time favourite games have come from Rockstar games, and yeah, it just seems like there was a bit of a change in focus with GTA 5, and it's nice that they kind of addressed our concerns with Red Dead Redemption 2, and also a little bit late, but finally confirming why we're not getting a single player DLC, even if we only got kind of half the answer. Let me know what you guys think of this news down in the comments. I will have linked both of the interviews, both the ones on Game Informer and also the IGN interview with Rockstar, if you want to read the answers in a bit more detail. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please take a second to leave it a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video or any other future Rockstar Games news. Have yourselves a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Flipping cars, I did the scene. Flipping heist, yeah, with the team. You know me, got the antidote. I spit it sick up in Los Santos. Dodging missiles, dodging bullets. Coming at me now, tell me to pull it.